840 rushing yards on the season. They're averaging 6.1 yards per carry as a team. And tonight, the leading rusher is Sir Darius Yarbrough, 8 carries for only 35 yards, a long of 11. But right now, it's 4.4, 2.3, and 1.2 as far as averages go. Golden West doing a fantastic job stopping the run.
Yeah, but the problem is that in order to do that, they really have to sell out on the run, and you see that in Skylar Howard's numbers. 10 of 12 for 104 yards and a touchdown. And how long when you're having to commit 7 and 8 to the box to stop this run game before a guy like Howard is able to beat you? You went over his numbers coming in, and they're hugely impressive. And if you keep on leaving one-on-one type coverage on the outside, it's only a matter of time before the Tigers can strike a big play that way. So that's the balance, and it's a very tough needle to thread right now that the Rustlers are trying to do. But hey, 30 minutes in, tie ball game.
Jeff, you had the call last week versus Mount Sac. RCC in the second half, the man was Sam Boyd, and he's maybe a factor to look for here in the second half coming up. We're about to get underway. We will take a short break here. SoCalCollegeSports.com's coverage of SCFA football playoff coverage here from the Southern California Bowl. Stay tuned. To start things off here in the second half, it will be Golden West receiving the football. Having it near side, Kyrell Brown. Brown with some room, past midfield, up to the 45. He takes a hard hit out of bounds. Terrific field position to start off the second half for the Rustlers.
And it starts with the penalty that had Riverside kicking off from their own 20-yard line. Brown takes it short. And then a failure to wrap up on the tackles at the Golden West 40-yard line allowed Brown to squirt forward for another 15, 20 yards. And now an opportunity for the Rustlers with a very short field starting at the Riverside 42.
Kyrell Brown, huge in the first half, 4 catches for 59 yards.
Detremont back out there.
Indeed, D'Entremont back out there, but in what capacity is he limited? Robert Cruz on the rush here. He's going to pick up 2, maybe 1.
Well, that's a tough assignment for Jeremiah Mitchell. He's got Cruz one-on-one there, and Cruz gives him a little stutter step and bounces right around him. But excellent pursuit by the Tiger defense, limiting Brown to a 1-yard carry.
We talked about Golden West and Chris D'Entremont, the freshman quarterback, 22 passing touchdowns on the season. Running the football, 6 rushing touchdowns, and we saw him keep some plays alive in the first half with his feet. We see a play right there under pressure, and that's maybe a play where in the first half before the injury, D'Entremont rolls out, buys himself a little bit more time. Instead, he has to sit down, throw the football, throws a little bit off the back foot, not a lot of juice on it, and it falls short of the intended man, Dylan Hull. Now it's going to bring up 3rd and long, so 3rd and 8 coming up here for the Rustlers, just underway here in the second half, 7-all. Tigers and Golden West. The winner goes to the SCFA championship game to be played at Fullerton College next week. D'Entremont back to pass, has a man, this is Brown. First down territory, he's going to be inside the 30 at the 29, and Kyrell Brown continues to show why he's the lead receiver and one of the best wide receivers in Southern California.
Well, it's a great job by the offensive line up front. The Tigers brought the blitz. D'Entremont had all day to make that throw, steps up, delivers a strike to Brown, who was in single coverage and had separation.
Brown in the slot right now. It's Little at the top, Sanchez at the bottom. Ball's on the deck! Golden West looked like they recovered. Robert Cruz coughed it up. Luckily for Golden West, they fall right on top of the football at the bottom of the pile. That's Cruz, and Cruz did a nice job of recovering his own fumble. You got to credit the young man there. Sophomore running back out of Magnolia High School.
Mitchell and Taylor both in the area delivering the hit on Cruz and jarring that ball loose. And again, you see the explosiveness of the Tigers as they knock the ball out again, but this time unable to come up with the recovery.
Force as many fumbles as you want. You have to recover it. They had one in the first half. Brown in motion. They faked the end around to him. D'Entremont going to take it up the middle. He'll be sacked.
That's a good read by Taylor.
2nd and 2. Did he pick up the first, Jeff? He's near first down yardage.
Taylor right there locked on his man, but drops off and able to wrap up D'Entremont as he's trying to squirt through there and find a lane.
3rd and a short 2 now for the Rustlers. D'Entremont does get back to the line of scrimmage. Riverside showing blitz. Cruz on the inside. Looks like he falls forward for the first. He is past the stick at the 23.
Tell you something I wouldn't mind seeing the Rustlers do, and it looks like they are doing it a little bit. If you want to shorten this game, work the play clock down a little bit. No reason to be in a hurry. A shorter game favors Golden West here. We'll have a measurement. That looked to me from here, we don't have the best angle. Cruz had it, but
I'm not sure what the holdup is. I think he has this by a mile in the ways of chains going. Well, shows you how good my eyes there. That's why I wear glasses. So it's 4th and inches coming up now for the Rustlers.
How scary is it that I rely on you for the good vision?
You wear glasses, you're just not wearing them right now. Well, Peter Marquez tonight 0 for 2. Those are long situations right now. It would be about a 36-yard field goal, well within his range. D'Entremont's going to come out. I don't see Marquez out there. It looks like they're going to go for it.
Well, the scoreboard has it still at 3rd down.
It says 3rd and 1.
Did we lose a down in here?
Well, I'm almost positive that this is 4th and 1, but it says 3rd and 1 on the board. Okay, 4th and 1, and indeed they fall forward for the first.
D'Entremont on the keeper.
It's a new set of downs here for the Rustlers. And they are in the red zone now at the 17-yard line. D'Entremont, very deliberate. As you said, Jeff, working the play clock. Maintaining momentum in their favor. Looking to take the lead for the first time tonight are the Rustlers. D'Entremont in the shotgun. Has a snap. Looking for a man on the outside. He has him. Dylan Hall again. And Hall in the first half was tied for the lead with Kyrell Brown with 4 receptions at 38 yards.
Back into a tie with them. At 5 receptions. They've each had a reception here on this opening drive. That's a good sure tackle by Daniel Young in the open field there. He doesn't bring him down, and it's 6 points on the board.
So now it's the Rustlers at the 11, 2nd and 4. Jeff, I rely on you for numbers. You rely on me for sight. D'Entremont gets hit on that left leg as he bobbled the snap from the shotgun formation.
Bryce Smith quickly in on D'Entremont, and it's an extremely unlucky place for D'Entremont to be hit right on the lower left leg.
Remember, it was the left leg in the first half at the end of the first half, which he was indicating was hurt. They taped him up. He's out there right now.
A loss of 4.
So now 3rd and 7. That's a huge play here and be a huge win for the Tigers if they can only give up 3. Kyrell Brown in motion into the slot, and that's going forward on that. Kyrell Brown was going forward before the ball was snapped is what they're going to indicate on this flag. So back them up 5 more after the reception from Little is going to be negated by the penalty.
It's a terrible break for Golden West. Little had first down yardage.
Well, I think Kyrell Brown was getting a little overzealous there. So 3rd and 12 now.
And what do you do right now if you're the Tigers defensively? The blitzing has had modest success, I would say, at this point.
Well, Jeff,
for the Tigers, do you consider, will we see more dropping back in coverage?
There's that to consider, but consider another thing. D'Entremont does not look as mobile as he was in the first half. I would expect them to bring some pressure here. He's in the shotgun right now. More early movement on the outside, this by Cruz. The running back in the slot trying to spread him out, and now you're starting to take yourself possibly out of field goal range.
Desmond Carter dancing near the line of scrimmage, showing blitz, and maybe helping to produce a little movement on the right side of that Rustler offensive line.
The wind slightly swirling right now. It has been a factor tonight. It is cold, it is nippy. Marquez is 0 for 2. It is 3rd and 17. They need the 8-yard line. D'Entremont back to pass. Steps up, evades a tackler, makes a move. Hit again on that left leg. He falls forward inside the 15-yard line, ahead to the 13.5-yard line. Here comes Peter Marquez.
That's a big broken tackle by D'Entremont. Jeremiah Mitchell had a shot at D'Entremont at about the 25-yard line. That's an entirely different field goal. He slips out of that tackle, gets all the way inside the 15 before Bryce Smith wraps him up, and now all of a sudden becomes a much easier attempt here for Marquez.
31-yard attempt coming here from Peter Marquez, 0 for 2 tonight. The kick is up. Kick looks good, and it is good. The Rustlers take their first lead of the night. They lead it 10-7 on top of the number 2 team in the SCFA, the RCC Tigers, and the Tigers will have a chance to answer after this. This game is being proudly brought to you by Robert Howard, Deidre Kelly and family, and the Yarbrough family. And don't forget, be sure to visit www.listerhouseforless.com. Golden West going to kick it away here. This is Torrance, it looks like.
That's Biggers.
Biggers at the 25. Stiff arms, gets a man off him, and falls ahead to about the 29. So Garrett Biggers, 170-pound sophomore out of JW North here, Riverside, a local kid.
Mike, I don't think I'm imagining it, but I think it's worth saying that as I watch the third quarter here, I don't think it's my imagination. It's still a very hard-hitting game, but it seems a little more congenial. You think both teams might have heard from it from the coaches about some of the extracurriculars at the half, about not losing your composure too much out there?
I think you might be right. And here's Knight getting absolutely crushed behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 1. And again, terrific penetration up front defensively for Golden West.
Particularly up the middle, it seems as though the Tigers are really struggling to run the football. I'd like to see them take a couple more shots at the edges with Yarbrough.
That's a
and
great
Knight.
call. The sledding's been tough up front or in the middle. Why not try the edge? Instead, they're going to roll out Howard to his right, looking for a man in the flat. This is Knight, and Knight hit hard.
That is a big-time hit on Knight.
Up ahead to the 32, a gain of 3, going to be 3rd and 7.
Boy, did he pay the price on that one. Anthony McNichols.
Yeah, well, McNichols also paid a price. It looks like he might have been on the worst end receiving-wise on that hit.
It happens that way sometimes, doesn't it?
And Jeff, right now, this is a huge 3rd down to keep the Riverside defense off of the field, extend this drive. Maybe you don't pick up points, but you pick up some much-needed rest if you pick up a first right here. Tough situation, 3rd and 6. Howard, it's a hang blitz. Anthony Knight in the open field. Has it, breaks a tackle. He's up ahead past the 40. First down, Tigers.
That's a great job by Howard. He waits as long as he can, setting up that screen. And it leads to a first down for the Tigers, and that's not easy to do. Howard had a man coming free right on top of him.
And credit Knight with the individual effort after the catch. And here's a man underneath. This is Shreve, and Shreve, the backup quarterback, up ahead to midfield, near first down yardage. He'll be a yard short.
Well, you see right now, 3 consecutive plays. They're starting to challenge the edges. I'm telling you, I think someone might be listening to us. I don't rule that out anymore.
So now RCC not only keeping the defense off the field, but moving the football as well. Howard over the middle, has Shreve again. Shreve up ahead to the 30, still on his feet, up ahead to the 25.
Dragging McNichols all the way to the 25-yard line.
And Jeff, now you start to see Golden West maybe a little gassed, and we talk about that depth up front defensively. At what point do they start to wear down?
Yeah, you're seeing changes on the defensive line right now.
Skylar Howard, very sharp on this drive, has a man. That's Torrance. Torrance with a lot of room. Past the 5, breaks a tackle. He's into the end zone. The Tigers are back up on top.
Great block by Tyler Shreve. Frees up Torrance as he makes a move, circles to his left, and finds a lane. Shreve breaks Torrance out right there.
And Torrance, much like we saw earlier today, Keelan Clay being able to spot a seam in between 2 defenders, hitting the hole and not allowing the defenders to make a play. He squirts into the end zone, 13-10, extra point yet to count, 6:44 remaining here in the third quarter. Southern California Bowl, a terrific night for football, a little chilly, but we don't mind it. It's 14-10. The Tigers respond with a touchdown after the field goal from Marquez and Golden West. We'll be back. SoCalCollegeSports.com's coverage of SCFA playoff football. So now, Golden West turn here, Jeff. They trail it 14-10.
And I think if you're Golden West at this point, your goal is still the same. Shorten this game, another long drive, points or not. Want to try and get yourself into the latter stages of the fourth quarter with a shot to win this football game.
On the far side, this is Brown. Brown with the terrific return to start the second half for Golden West. Gets back to the 20-yard line on that one.
Better kick coverage for the Tigers. And the extra 15 yards helps.
6:40 remaining here in the third quarter. And D'Entremont going to come back out. Well, Jeff, we talked about it off air during the half, and second half, it seems like RCC is more of a second half team, despite the game versus Fullerton where they gave up 20 in the fourth quarter. But last week it certainly seemed to be the case, coming back to beat Mount Sac 33-30 with the touchdown late to win it. D'Entremont back to pass, looking downfield, still looking, has a man wide open, and he just overshot him. Looking for Ryan Hunley. Hunley looked like he stopped. I think D'Entremont thought he was going to keep going. That hesitation just cost Golden West 6.
Yeah, it's as though Hunley looked around and couldn't believe how open he was.
Hey, throw me the ball. Well, hey, keep running.
Froze for a second there, and D'Entremont flashes the strong arm a little too strong.
And again, Riverside gets away with one there. Incompletion stops the clock with 6:33 remaining. Out of the backfield, dropping the ball, Aaron Brown.
That looked like a forward pass.
It looked like a forward pass. I'm not exactly sure what the debate is. We have a player down on the field. He's hurt for Riverside. Near side will have a number for you shortly.
It doesn't look like they're calling this one a touchdown.
No, they rule it an incomplete pass. I think you're right, Jeff. That was definitely a forward pass.
Looks like the Tigers have made an adjustment on the screen pass. Saw a couple of those in the first half that were very effective, and the Tigers have taken the foot off the gas just a little bit. They're a little more aware that the Rustlers like to try and set up that screen pass. They're stringing that play out a little bit better.
Is that Jonah Moy?
No, Jonah Moy's right here, number 43. It looks like 30-something. I saw a 3 on the jersey. I thought still obscured right now by the staff taking a look.
Hopefully it's something where, you know, the player maybe just got the wind knocked out of him. Okay, so that's 32, I believe. Thomas Brown, or no, 36 or 30?
It's like 30. Well, we don't have a 30.
No,
Abraham Reinhart. Yeah, Abraham Reinhart,
Reinhart,
defensive back, so
one of
off on his own power.
On this team. Or is it Reinhart, I think, with 4 interceptions on the season? Either way, he comes off under his own power. Looked like he got the wind knocked out. That's good to see. He'll likely be back into the ball game. 3rd and 10 now for the Rustlers. And now RCC with a chance to get off the field. They show blitz. They bring it from the edge. And that's a terrific job covering up Thomas Brown, or rather Robert Cruz out of the backfield. Again, D'Entremont, like you said, Jeff, the adjustment has been made on those screen passes, and Cruz nowhere to go. He's brought down behind the line of scrimmage. 4th and 11. Here comes the punting unit.
Yeah, the blitz had been effective in getting on top of D'Entremont, and that's part of what was making the screen so effective. And I think the adjustment you're seeing from the Tigers is moving up tighter on coverage when they bring the blitz and challenging those shorter throws more quickly. Biggers
back near the 45-yard line in his own territory. Rustlers going to have to punt it away, and this is a pretty good punt. Biggers not calling for a fair catch, takes it around the left side. Possible block of the block not called. And he takes it up back to the 46-yard line. So a punt. What's the math there, Jeff? 34? 34 yards? 35? I'm going to go with 35.
Give him the extra yard. An opportunity here for the Tigers, though, up 4 points.
Yeah,
they
Tigers.
Go on a drive here, get themselves up 2 scores. That's going to change the complexion of this game and maybe adjust what the Rustlers need to think about doing offensively.
We talked about it earlier, the counter. Riverside has made the adjustment to the screen pass. Now you have to attack it north and south. You have to go into attack mode if you're the Rustlers, but now it's Riverside going to be on the move.
Thompson
There's a flag on the outside. This is going to be a hold on Torrance. Marquise Thompson on the reception, but this one likely going to come back.
Well, this is a terrible time for a penalty for Riverside with the momentum off of the touchdown. To get the 3 and out, get the ball back. The last thing you want to do is immediately put yourself in a hole where now it becomes more likely that you'll have to give the ball right back to Golden West.
Well, not only that, it affects the field position battle. You've done a nice job defensively of limiting the advancement of Golden West on offense. You have a terrific opportunity. Now you're backed up 10 yards back to your own 36. Pistol formation. Howard hands off inside. So Darius Yarborough leaps the tackler, falls up ahead to the 44. Wow, what a play.
Boy, Yarborough was about this close to true highlight reel stuff there. He comes down. It was a shoestring tackle. Otherwise, he might still be running. The only thing that would have stopped him is he'd be in the end zone a long time ago by now.
8-yard gain on the play. Looked a little bit like Marcus Allen going airborne.
It's a good call, just in general. I like the Marcus Allen comparison.
It's an 80s reference. I figured you'd like it.
You know I'm a fan.
I know you are. 2nd and 12 now. Howard on the move, going to tuck and run. Oh, he spins, and he is absolutely decked at the 49.
Oh, and here come the flags. Now, this is going to be a personal foul against Riverside.
Yeah, I think Riverside.
That was clearly after the hit.
Well,
and if you're the Tigers, you just can't respond to this hard hitting. This is just good, clean football.
Anthony McNichols baits Riverside into another penalty. There's 2 flags in the field. Is this going to be offsetting penalties? Let's see what the call is.
I think they both came out on the same play. Now, I could prove to be wrong here, but to me, that looked like a fairly easy call. One hit came well after that play had been resolved. And I'll say again, that was a clean hit on Skylar Howard.
Yeah.
He's still on his feet, still trying to pick up yardage. He takes a big hit.
Well,
you can't respond to that.
Howard gave himself up. He makes a spin move back the other way. Okay, so personal foul against Golden West and personal. So this is going to offset. You did see a little jostling back and forth there, and it was Anthony McNichols trying to bait.
Okay,
so
McNichols maybe
player.
A little shove, and then we see the other one there. So
Coach,
that's a good call then to catch the instigation of it.
Coach Kraft right there. Usually you don't see that. You don't see the instigator getting flagged, but we see it on that play right there. So both penalties are going to offset. It's going to be 3rd and 5 now for Riverside.
That's a break for the Tigers.
Oh, that's
there.
huge. Five wide. They spread them out. Howard going to keep it, go up the middle. He might have first down yardage. No, terrific open field tackle on the near side. Wow. Is that Joey Hansen?
Jory Hansen.
Jory Hansen, normally a running back, playing Ironman football, both sides. And he comes up with a huge tackle there. It's now 4th and 2 after a pickup of 3. It looked momentarily like Howard would have the first.
Yeah, Howard made a great cut.
Now they line up Torrance at the top, away from his slot position.
William Van Morensburg made a terrific block to free up Howard for the moment, but Hansen able to cut him down short of the first down.
Marquise Thompson in the slot. We have Mikey Stallone at the bottom. Howard looking downfield. Stallone! Stallone readies his hands, has the reception for first.
Boy, Stallone almost had an opportunity for a lot more. Turned around and had some open field in front of him, but lost his footing. But for the Tigers, they moved the chains. And you think back to the scramble by Howard.
And we have, looks like an illegal formation or an illegal shift here for the Tigers. That'll back them up 5. So instead of picking up the first down on 4th down, the Tigers are going to have to punt it away. Anthony Johnston comes out.
Well, nothing new for the Tigers to shoot themselves in the foot a little bit with a penalty.
It's 4th and 6. Should be 4th and 7 up on the board either way. Tigers going to punt it away. And this, a quick kick getting to Hayes. Now touch the Golden West player. The ball's on the deck. Look like Golden West picks it up. Oh, that's the 3rd opportunity that Riverside has had to pick up a fumble deep in Golden West territory, and they come up a little short.
Well, I think Marcus Hayes is moving over there. I'm not sure what his agenda is. Didn't signal for a fair catch. Gets too close to the ball. Ends up catching a little piece of his foot. Now he's got to scramble to come up with it. And the Rustlers catch a break. I think he needs to make the decision a little bit sooner there about which one's going to happen.
3:23 remaining here in the 3rd quarter. 14-10. Tigers on top of the Golden West Rustlers. And the Rustlers with the ball right now.
If you're the Rustlers, still want to stay very patient here. A lot of time left. You don't need to win this game right here.
Sanchez at the bottom. This handoff going to go inside. Aaron Brown. Thomas Brown on the tackle for Riverside.
Starting to see Thomas Brown, some of the other defensive backs moving up closer and closer to the line of scrimmage. And Golden West has had a couple of opportunities on some deep throws. Might be time for the Rustlers to take one more shot.
Look for Sanchez at the bottom, along with Little at the top. Now they move away the safety from Little. They go inside. And again, this is Aaron Brown up ahead past the 15-yard line. They give him the 16, he falls forward. The winner of this game gets Fullerton and an opportunity to redeem themselves from an earlier loss in the season. Both teams coming in 9-1. Both teams the lone loss to Fullerton College.
That was a great closeout by Liam Colbert to chase that play down and keep it from being a first down.
3rd and 4, a huge opportunity here for the Tigers to get off the field. Again, D'Entremont adjusting the play at the line. Here comes a man free. D'Entremont unable to get away from this one.
Colbert again.
Liam Colbert on the sack of D'Entremont. Jeff, we talked about how that injury at the end of the first half would affect the freshman QB for Golden West. We see it right there. Not as spry, not as fleet of foot, and he has to eat the football back at the 5.
Well, let's give Colbert some credit, too. Getting away from the defensive lineman, a challenge, but that's one thing. But getting away from these linebackers, Bryce Smith, Liam Colbert, Jonah Moy, that's a tougher statement there altogether.
Colbert coming in on the season with 39 tackles, third on the team, 4.5 tackles for loss, 3 forced fumbles, or 3 fumble recoveries, rather. Terrific opportunity here for Biggers. Biggers evades 3 guys. He's around the left side. There's a flag on the field. He trips up. This one's coming back.
Well, where that flag came in, that's a shame for Riverside because Biggers had already broken a pretty good return, and if that's some kind of holding, it's going to bring that run back, but Biggers had already done a lot of the work.
Spot foul at the 35-yard line in Golden West territory. We're going to back it up 10 to the 45. Either way, still terrific field position. Biggers comes up hobbling just a little bit. He'll be attended to by the training staff.
Well, the Rustlers are living very dangerously here in the third quarter. Another short field. So Skylar Howard back on the field, and another opportunity for the Tigers to go up 2 scores.
And how big was it last week for Mount Sac? An opportunity to go up big, and they turn it over in the red zone. Right now, Riverside needs to put points on the board. You don't want a team like Golden West hanging around. Anthony Knight not going to allow him to do so. He breaks through a hole inside the 20 down to the 15.
Well,
they'll give him the 17. Still a huge run. 28 yards.
I don't know if Knight had that ball tipped out or if he just lost the handle, but that's the only reason he didn't go for a touchdown right there.
Well, Jeff, it is cold right now. The ball is like a rock. Easy to come out either way. Knight again on the carry up the middle. And, Jeff, right now the defensive front for Golden West, they look tired.
Well, this is the advantage that we've been talking about.
The fatigue very palpable now as we see them kind of on their knees, huffing and puffing. You see it. If it were colder, we'd see the mist. They just punch it right back up the middle. Knight up ahead inside the 5. There's a flag on the field, and this likely going to be in the area of a hole.
I think this one's coming back.
Yeah, Jeff, I think they're going to get John Hamilton, sophomore offensive lineman out of Centennial, with a takedown in the hole. 35 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. Jeff, that's a huge penalty because, well, you're deep in the territory of Golden West. Not a lot of territory to work here. This opens you up a little bit, but this is the kind of drive killer Riverside doesn't need.
And it affects how you can call plays. If you set yourself in longer distances, it takes away the effectiveness of the running game.
But right now, on their heels, it's 1st and 12, or 2nd and 12.
I'm Tigers to still go right back to Knight.
It should be 2nd and 12, and I would agree with you, Jeff. They go right back to Knight, and Knight, he's a little hesitant to hit the hole, and it costs him some yardage.
Mark Savau able to clock things up in the middle. And for Knight, not a whole lot of room.
A good response there. That'll do it for the third quarter. When we come back, start in the fourth, Tigers up 14-10, looking to pad their lead. This is the Southern California College Bowl here from Riverside. Stay tuned. Again, tonight's broadcast being proudly brought to you by Robert Howard, the Deidre Kelly and family, and the Yarborough family. Be sure to visit www.listyourhouseforless.com. Start of the fourth quarter here from Wheelock Stadium. Mike Zepeda, Jeff Stoynoff with you on SoCalCollegeSports.com's coverage of SCFA playoff football. I think they're trying to figure out what the down is.
It should be second. They had the penalty on the first play.
Okay.
And then
it's a 2nd and 12.
Yeah, I think they have it right, but many things require a conference.
I thought the penalty occurred on 2nd down. Okay, here we go. 3rd and 12 now. I thought it occurred that it was an 8-yard gain on 1st down, Knight, and then the penalty, 10-yard penalty, backs him up. That's on 2nd down.
Get you in the press box, in the scoring box where you belong. Keep this stuff straight.
I'm going to go down and yell at somebody. Maybe they can hear me. My voice does tend to boom. Okay, I think we have it all figured out now.
Or they could just have the SoCalCollegeSports.com stream going in the box, and then they could keep track. Then when you set things down, they'd be like, Zepeda's got it.
Jeff, I like your thinking. Okay, now it's turned back to 2nd and 12. Well,
maybe not. Maybe we gave you a little too much credit too soon.
Maybe somebody just wants to be a contrarian.
Ain't it the way?
Hey, guys, you want to look at our replay here? Unfortunately, we don't have it. That's the next thing to invest in here at SoCal College Sports.
Hey, listen, look at how far we've came in such a short period of time. Well, now in 2nd and long, the Rustlers now with an advantage at this point. Tigers.
Well, Jeff,
going to have so much success perhaps running the ball with this kind of distance to traverse.
Now it becomes an issue of, the defense for Golden West. They're getting an added advantage. They're getting a little time off here and being able to regroup.
Yeah.
They were on their heels earlier in this drive. Anthony Knight absolutely pounding the Rustlers inside, and now they've had an opportunity to regroup here.
Well, how many times do you see that a penalty, in terms of being a drive killer, it goes beyond the distance?
Yeah.
It's a momentum type of thing, and it's something that permeates how plays are called then after that. It does quite simply kill drives, and that's what you see here. All of a sudden, all that momentum the Tigers had is really gone.
Okay, so the verdict now is 2nd and 12. At the Rustler 19, they go to the screen. They set up Knight. Knight inside the 15. Will he get some more? He's still on his feet. He falls forward to the 12.
That's a great job by Knight. He's in some trouble back at about the 17-yard line, but able to lower the shoulder, keep his legs moving, shed a tackle, and pick up another 5 or 6 yards. That creates a completely different 3rd down situation now for the Tigers.
Knight coming into the night, only 7 receptions on the season. We've seen him have a couple huge gains in the passing game, and of course he has a touchdown, one of the Tigers' touchdowns on a reception, his first of the season.
Yeah, I suspect we're talking about a season high in receptions for Anthony Knight.
I think you're exactly right.
It was Cerdarius Yarborough who went over 100 yards last week. It's a different guy every week.
And they featured here Howard on a keeper. They're going to get to him, and that is terrific coverage. Terrific diagnosis there. Howard looking for the edge, unable to get there, going to bring up 4th down, and here comes the field goal unit.
That's a terrific reaction from Freddie Mara. He comes up after that play aggressively.
You don't get 7, but you have to put points on the board. And it's a crucial time here for RCC and Mike Canahigh.
Oh, interesting that we're not seeing Luke Voss, who's
Yeah,
been doing the...
Voss, the leading kicker on the season. Could be an injury. Kick is up. That looks like it's hooking inside, and that kick is up and good. So the Tigers go up by 7, 17-10, 13-32 away from an SCFA championship berth and an opportunity to redeem themselves versus Fullerton. We'll be back on SoCal College Sports coverage of SCFA playoff football. Stay tuned.
tonight's game proudly brought to you by Robert Howard, Deidre Kelly and family, and the Yarborough family. Don't forget, check out www.listyourhouseforless.com on the web.
So the field goal sets up the Tigers up 7 here in the 4th. This will be Brown from his own 7. He is tripped up. Gets up to the 23, and that's where the Rustlers will start things off here for this drive.
Well, the Rustlers trailed this game at 1 point by 7. 7-0 in the first half, and certainly plenty of time with 13:27 remaining. But at this point, they could certainly use a couple of first downs at the very least to give their defense some rest.
That's a great play fake there. They go outside to Sanchez out of the play action. They fake it to Cruz.
Derek Taylor able to wrap up Sanchez.
But not before Sanchez picks up a first down. They spot that ball at the 38.
That defense over on the sideline, so they're saying, take a couple of plays and then pick up the first down. Not so fast.
Back to the shotgun formation. Bit of a hurry up here now. Sense of urgency, and Cruz gets bottled up. He does pick up 2.
John Taylor sliding over.
Jeff, do you get the sense, you get the feeling, a little bad blood between these teams? These teams don't like each other. The hitting has been intense. Seen a couple personal foul penalties. This is just some hard smash mouth football from both sides.
One, a quick correction there. That was Cole Juarez, defensive tackle, wrapping up the ball carrier. And that was a big hit. And yeah, I'd have to say some familiarity breeding a little bad feeling between these two teams.
D'Antremont again, a botched snap from center in the shotgun formation. And this going to be a loss of 6 yards.
Thomas Brown quickly on top of D'Antremont, and it looks like the jumping around, the bluffing right now by the Tigers is unsettling that Golden West offensive line.